So if I go to that, this will be definitely there for sure. So if I go to, let's say, C drive, Windows, System 32, and then W, Win, PNVT, logs, and this is a gold mine actually, guys. This folder is something that you should always know. This is a gold mine, and it will have all the artifacts that is very, very important for us to kind of understand. Okay, like security, setup, system. We'll be kind of looking at all those things, which is really, really important for any of the SOC guys. If you guys don't know that, it will be really, really tough to handle any kind of investigation. Okay, so look at that. So in this window EVTX log, in this log folder, there will be, like, let's say, the defender.logs, like whatever defender has kind of detected in past. So it will be having, let's say, a EVTX file only for kind of Windows Defender. So if you see this one, the Windows Defender, so it will record, let's say, if it detects any kind of malware today, so that entry will be there in this window defender log. Okay, that it had detected a malware in the past and what was the reason for that. Similarly, for if there was any kind of setting that was changed by the malware, or let's say by manually for the firewall, those all things will be say there. Security, if it is something like it records like what were the login and logout events on the host. So system is something which records like what are the process that is kind of running on that host. And so there are a lot of things. We'll kind of look at all those things. But as I told, the TCAP file has all the details of, let's say, it's a kind of a database. So for it records like for Window Defender, what are the files that should be read and extracted for any kind of system. Okay, and it has all the database in one folder. So even even though, like, let's say you are not able to remember what artifacts you need to collect, okay, you can just go to this K folder and you can actually get a, let's say, it's a full forensic course in itself. Okay, if we want to kind of understand what all artifacts are there for antivirus, we can just go to antivirus and kind of understand, okay, what are the artifacts for antivirus, for example. Okay, similarly, apps is again like something like, let's say, it is the database of all famous app that most of the time we install in our host. So for an example, let's say Google Drive, this is something is also installed on my host in the Mac. So so if something is like this is installed on the host, so this will actually extract all the artifacts from there, let's say Google Drive, and it will tell me kind of what all, where the sections, what is the location where I can kind of, let's say, get all the data related to Google Drive, what all things has been done, what all files were uploaded, or let's say when this Google Drive was installed on the system. So all this detail will be in this folder, and Cape will kind of extract those all things for you. Okay, for the app folder. Similarly, like there are Discord, I think maybe WhatsApp too. Yeah, so WhatsApp also has their artifacts, and what it will do is that it actually say if WhatsApp is installed on the desktop, all the files will be there, the important ones will be there in this folder, WhatsApp/CAS folder. Okay, or WhatsApp slash, let's say, local storage, like for example, WhatsApp actually records the files that has been received to us, and it saves that in the local storage. So we can go to this path and copy all the local storage path. Okay, and the thing is that it is encrypted, and it is encrypted with base, and also it is base 64 encoded. Okay, so thing is that we need to know if so Kf will actually extract the artifact for us, but we need to know actually how to parse that. Okay, it has a parser for that, but most of the time, maybe let's say if it is not able to parse this WhatsApp file, we need to kind of research on our own and kind of try to see how we can kind of parse the WhatsApp local storage files for any kind of host that we are kind of investigating. Okay, so this is for the app folder. The browser we have already seen. Compound is again like a lot of other things like Cape Trials, And this is again something really important. Let me just showcase one other thing to you, which I was, yeah. So the thing is that what I normally do is that whenever I had to investigate any window operating system, and if I need to do that, so one of the things is that I use this tool for doing a quick triage, of the host. And now let's imagine, you are investigating a malware host, okay, a suspect system which has been kind of compromised by the malware, okay. Now, how will you know what are artifacts to collect, okay? Because there are multiple lot of files that you have to kind of investigate. Let's say even for the browsers, there are like more than 10 of artifacts. Even for the antiviruses, there are a lot of artifacts, and you don't know what all antiviruses are there. You don't know what all apps are there. Okay. So is there a way by which I can kind of auto execute all these cape files via cape and get the artifacts, which is very, very important for me, but also in the minimum time. Okay. So thing is that whenever there is any kind of malware investigation, it's not always possible to take a snapshot, or let's say take the disk image of the host and then do the forensics, because that will take a lot of time, and we need to kind of image the hard drive, we need to investigate, it will take a lot of time. Okay. So what we do is that we extract all the important artifacts from the host using the cape. And how we can kind of, my question was how we can kind of remember what all files to kind of extract. Okay. So in that case, this, if you see, this is the GUI version, as I told, of the GCAP, and it has, in the target, there is one section which is sans trials, right? Sans trials. So what it does is that it has the record of all the most important artifacts on the host that you can kind of auto collect, that it will auto collect for you, and which will help you in kind of quickly analyzing the host and figuring out, okay, is it kind of compromised, or if it is compromised, where is the malware residing? And if it is, like, let's say, it will tell you, okay, what all artifacts are there, which will tell you, let's say, if the malware is executing or not. And based on that, like, if you want to kind of, let's say, gather further evidence, what you can do is that then you can maybe move in for the disk forensics part and gather further details from there. Okay. But I normally, what I do is that whenever I need to investigate any kind of system with the cape, I always select this box, which is sans trials for me. And now let's see what this sans trials is. So let me quickly go to the sans trials. It is very, very important for you guys to understand. Okay. So what this sans trials is doing is that it is actually extracting all the artifacts for me. So for example, for the antiviruses, it is telling me that, okay, read this antivirus.tcap file. Okay. So if I go to this antivirus tcap file, so antivirus.tcap file, let me just quickly go to this one. This is the antivirus tcap file. I'll click on open, and it will tell me that, okay, what all files to kind of extract. So it is telling me that there is a folder called antivirus. It is a description, but there is a category which says the folder, which we have already seen over here in the antivirus folder. And it is telling the cape to read this tcap file, for example, avast.tcap, figure out if these folders are existing on that host, and if it is existing, copy all the files from there automatically. Okay. And categorize that for me. Okay. So what it is doing is that first it is reading the antivirus.tcap file. Antivirus.tcap file is telling to the cape that go to the antivirus folder. There are multiple tcap files present over there. Read those tcap file and do the kind of collect all those logs for me. Okay. So this is how the antivirus.tcap file look like. Then let me just quickly go to the local targets, compound, sans trials. So this is what antivirus look like. Similarly, cloud storage or combined logs or event of execution. So for an example, as I was telling over here, that there's an event evidence of execution. So if I go over here, the application execution, there are a lot of artifacts, right? We can't remember every time. Okay, let's say